Morning everyone, welcome back to Somasonder Wellness. We're going to do a bit of a yoga flow today. Let's just start by tuning into our breath. You can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your abdomen if that makes you feel a little bit more grounded. Coming into our Ujjayi breath, that 3-part yoga breath, breathing in with the belly, the rib cage, and lifting the chest, and exhaling and letting the chest deflate, the rib cage settle, and the lower belly relax. Settling your shoulders down your back. Really coming into the rhythm of your breath here. Breathing in. Grounding down and letting go as you exhale. One more time. And releasing those hands. Breathe in, sweep them all the way up. And as you exhale, take your right hand to the side of the mat and take a big side bend over, reaching that left arm. And then press up and over the other side. So this is a bit of a moving meditation. We breathe in as we come up to the center and exhale as we side bend, moving side to side, undulating and opening through the sides of your rib cage and creating some space in between each of your ribs. Twisting now, taking your right hand to your back like a second spine, left hand over top of your right knee. Take 3 breaths here. Breathing in, sitting up nice and tall, exhaling to twist. Good. And then mindfully releasing and twisting in the opposite direction. Left hand to your back, right hand over top of your left knee. Good. Breathing in, growing tall, exhaling to twist. And releasing to the center. Go ahead and roll up and over your knees, meeting in tabletop, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We'll start with a few rounds of cat and cow. So it's a nice big spinal articulation. As we breathe in, drop your belly and lift your gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, round your back like an angry cat. Press through those palms and away from your mat as you round your back. Breathe in, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. From here, tuck your toes, lift your hips to hover your knees about an inch. Good, and then press back, downward facing dog. Finding your upside down V, reaching your tailbone for the ceiling. We're gonna roll out to a high plank pose here. Taking 3 breaths in your high plank, breathing in, reach through the crown of your head and the heels of your feet. And then drop your right knee down, turning that shin parallel with the front of the mat. Peel your left arm up and come on into modified side plank. If you have a leg variation here, you want to lift that leg in the air or grab for the ankle, then feel free to take that variation. Otherwise, just leave the foot planted down on the mat. Totally up to you. We're going to release that foot. Listen closely. Keep that leg long as you replace the left hand down on the mat. So we've got those toes tucked with that left leg in extension. Hover the right knee off of the mat and send it up into the air for 3-legged dog. Take a deep breath in to prepare here and lengthen out the chain of the right side of your body. As you exhale, draw your knee into your chest, gaze through and step the foot right up in between the hands. Dropping that back foot down. Back knee down, we're going to come up to modified high lunge. Knee is directly over ankle here. Keep those back toes tucked. From here, we're going to drive through that back heel and lift the back knee off of the mat just for a moment. From here, we're going to soften that back knee in our high lunge. And go ahead and step it up to Utkatasana chair pose at the top of your mat, squeezing your inner thighs together. Sink that seat an inch lower. Breathe in and rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, and exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Let that forehead come heavy towards the shins. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale and fold. And then soften your knees and step your feet back to a high plank pose. Let's go through a modified vinyasa flow here on your exhale, dropping knees, chest, and chin. Breathing in, coming to low or high cobra. And as you exhale, tucking your toes and lifting your hips up, downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedaling through your feet, we're going to come out to that second side here. Breathe in and roll forward, high plank pose. Nice undulation through your spine and hold here. From here, we're going to mindfully Drop our left knee down to the mat, turning that shin parallel and sweeping the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling, coming into that modified side plank again. Taking whatever variation you did so on the first side. And as you mindfully release that ankle, make sure you keep that right leg long as you tuck your toes and replace that right hand down. Hover your left knee an inch off of that mat and breathe and descend it up to three-legged dog. Up into the air, hips are square. Preparing here as you exhale to draw the knee into the chest, gaze through and step the foot right up in between the hands, dropping that back knee down and coming right up to modified high lunge. Once again on that left side now. Left knee is at a 90-degree angle directly over your ankle. And with your back toes tucked, begin to drive through that back foot and lift your right knee off of the mat. Good. This is just a moment here because we're about to soften that back knee and step it on up to Utkatasana chair pose. Sink your seat an inch deeper. Really get into that chair pose. From here, I want you to take a deep breath in and rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back, high plank pose, and move through your flow. Modify or keep the knees lifted if you want traditional chaturanga. Good. Dropping your knees down briefly for child's pose here. Stretch those arms. If you want a tricep stretch, you can tuck your hands in prayer behind the nape of the neck. Something that I really like to do after a chaturanga practice. The inversion we're going to take today is going to be dolphin pose. So go ahead and plant your forearms down on the mat, tuck your toes, and lift your hips just like down dog with the forearms down on the ground. Inverting is so healthy for you. It's so good for many of your body systems, your respiratory, circulatory, digestive system. So many systems in your body benefit from inverting. So we want to be sure to hold that for about 5 to 7 breaths whenever you invert. Good. Dropping your knees down, untucking your toes. Come on up. We're prepping for supported camels pose here, or traditional camels. So place your hands to your low back and start to open your heart up. Keep your hands here if you'd like the support, or release them to reach for your heels for traditional camels pose. Holding here, relaxing the space behind your neck and your throat, pressing your hips forward towards your knees, and then always when we come out of camel's pose, we take our hands to our low back and come on up for some support. Good. Countering that with child's pose again. You can keep the knees together for a narrow legged version of that pose. Letting everything settle, starting to unwind, closing out your movement practice. Starting to come back into that Ujjayi breath as you make your way down to your back and just closing out with a few moments of stillness here, taking your hands back to the abdomen and the heart, returning to that Ujjayi 3-part yoga breath, belly, rib cage, and chest. Exhale, chest, rib cage, and belly. Letting everything relax, preparing yourself for the rest of your day, bringing some awareness back into your body and reaching above your head as you pull your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. Thank your body for all the wonderful things it does for you every day. Coming to your right side fetal position and mindfully pressing your way up to Sukhasana, easy seat, just taking a few cleansing breaths to close as you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, breathing in and letting go. Taking one more deep breath like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you watching these videos and coming onto this channel. Please check out our website, somasonderdance.com, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.